I'm Sarah Forgani with KENS 5 News Now. A domestic violence call overnight turns into an officer-involved shooting. Around 2 a.m., officers say they responded to a West Side apartment complex near St. Mary's University after a woman called for help, saying she was pistol whipped by her boyfriend. Then, according to police, when an officer got there, the door was open and the suspect turned and pointed the gun at the officer, who then fired twice. The 19-year-old suspect was taken to University Hospital and had to undergo surgery. No officers were injured this time, but this marks the sixth shooting with San Antonio police in less than a month. And after weeks of trading jabs, the DA's office and the San Antonio police chief came together last night with a message to the public. They're on good terms. They had another public safety meeting in District 7. Residents questioned cases that were dismissed or delayed. The family of Marianne Pompa told KENS 5 she was beaten to death last year, and they say her alleged killer was charged with murder. But online records showed after 90 days, the DA's office dismissed the case. District Attorney Joe Gonzalez said his office is now looking into this, and they're attempting to communicate with the family. Residents also voiced concerns over the recent police shootings. The United Auto Workers Union is officially on strike. They're demanding up to a 40% raise. Ford, GM, and Stellantis are offering about half that. They also want a 32-hour work week, the return of pensions, and phasing out the 2008 concessions from when the automakers were on the verge of collapse. The UAW plans to strike key plants belonging to all three, then expand until a deal is reached. Former President Trump took to social media in support of Texas Attorney General Ken Paxton, calling the impeachment trial shameful. He also called Paxton one of the toughest and best attorney generals in the country. Today marks day 9 of the suspended Texas AG's trial. Paxton is facing 16 articles of impeachment and has pleaded not guilty and denied the allegations against him. The real question the defense is getting at was Ken Paxton within his constitutional right to do the things he's accused of, and even if he was, should he have done them?
Who do you think your client is, Mr. Kinghorn?
Who is my what?
Who is your client?
My client?
Yes.
Is the Attorney General.
So if you had to choose between the state of Texas interest and Attorney General's interests, who should you choose?
I do not see them in conflict.
Closing arguments are expected today. Recording people in a family bathroom, that's what one man is accused of, and one of the victims is just a teenager. SAPD arrested 56-year-old Jose Espinosa on charges of invasive video recording. Investigators say 3 of the victims made an outcry to police, saying Espinosa recorded them last year. Police say they found evidence of the recording on his phone, and they believe there could be more recordings prior to this case. A funeral procession ends with a constable hit by a vehicle. The constable from Precinct 1 was assisting in that procession when he was involved in a minor accident Thursday on Panama and South Bressa streets. Officials say the constable suffered minor injuries, and he wasn't the only constable involved in an accident that day. Take a look at this surveillance video from a nearby restaurant on West Martin and North Colorado. A constable from Precinct 2 also found herself in the middle of a crash scene. The sheriff's office says it appears a driver ran through a red light and hit the constable. That constable was not hurt, but a woman in the other vehicle injured her arm. Newly released body cam video from DPS shows the rescue of 9 migrants locked inside a trailer in Dimmitt County just east of Cotulla. The driver of that truck is from San Antonio. Chad Glivier is now charged with human smuggling. Troopers say they also discovered the truck was reported stolen out of Bexar County. The migrants were handed over to Border Patrol. And an investigation is underway after a post on social media threatening to shoot up high schools within Northeast ISD. The post claimed they would create a disaster to all NEISD high schools. SAPD was notified Thursday evening, and along with NEISD police, they determined the threats were not credible. However, arrests could come. An earthquake rattled Texas yesterday, and it hit close to home. People southeast of San Antonio reported feeling the tremors to the U.S. Geological Survey. The 4.1 magnitude quake was detected Thursday afternoon around 1:50 p.m. in the town of Den Haken near Stockdale. Now, this makes a total of 4 earthquakes just this week. 3 other smaller quakes were reported in the same area on Monday. For today's forecast, meteorologist Ryan Shoptaw.
And thank you, Sarah. Weather-wise for this Friday, it's looking good. A little bit of sunshine, temperatures a little cooler, closer to normal, right around 92 in San Antonio. Light winds and a few storms tonight into early.
That's KENS 5 News Now. I'm Sarah Forgani.